Hi everybody, Cash here. Thank you very much for joining me. Today's the big day. I'm gonna make rosemary and lemon shortbreads. I've been doing it now for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that, a long time. And they never fail to please the crowd. Ever. And one little note though, I tend to use Eureka lemons for this. Something to do with the oil content of the Zest, I think, something like that. But I use those, and luckily the neighbour here has a Eureka lemon tree. And they go, oh, you know, we never use the lemons on this tree. Whenever you feel like it, come on over and take what you want. And our rosemary too. So that's like a gift, right? They don't care. And yet I still feel like a thief when I go over with my scissors and start cutting lemons off the tree. I feel terrible. And it just feels like blatant robbery to me. But they've said, go and take them. Take whatever you like. So I'm now regarding it as a lucky break as far as the cookies go. Even though it still worries me a little. Also, at some point in the video, I'm guessing you're going to go, why doesn't he wash his apron? I know, it looks like I've been butchering a chicken, right? But this apron I have been using for about 15 years. And it has been through every single thing, and I've washed it, and I've bleached it, and it makes no difference. This is hard graft. These are like medals after a war. This is my fight down my chest. My fight with ingredients. So don't get concerned about the apron, it's totally clean. It just doesn't look it. But I refuse to buy another one because this is my uniform. I love this apron. Okay, that's it for now. I'll be back at the end with a little tip on what to do with the cookies once you've made them. Other than eat them. Which of course is always an option. Alrighty, so I'll see you at the end, but for now, here we go with how to make lemon and rosemary shortbreads. Please enjoy. So what I have is 2 lemons, which I have stolen from the tree next door. The neighbours didn't see me, and that's the best way to do it. If you don't have lemons you can steal, you may have to go and buy them. Ooh, that hurts. Alright, so, but these are stolen lemons. I also stole, while I was there, because because why waste time, I also stole a bunch of rosemary, which I had to get from a bunch of wasps that were all over it. I'm now going to zest the lemons with this, and if they're really big lemons, this is a fairly big one, I try to pair it with a smaller one and use both, but if they're 2 big ones I'll do 1.5, and it's not because there's a danger of them being too lemony, but because actually too much lemon zest makes them very liquidy, and it's very hard to make them crispy then, and the batter is all horrible, or the dough, or whatever, right? So I will sort of do both these probably, because it's like 1.5 lemons. A third of a cup of sugar, followed by a second third. The butter, 2 sticks of room temperature butter, and since it's about 150 degrees in the kitchen today, that's pretty liquid, but it should be fine. Do not forget to plug the mixer in. What this is doing, I use a spatula to scrape off the sides just to make sure everything gets evenly done. Then, when it's white and creamy, or when I get bored, whichever is sooner. I get the lemony, flowery, salty rosemary mixture, and I gradually like tip it in little bit by bit. I scrape it down one last time, the bowl, just to make sure everything gets in, and then I just tip this in very slowly and let it go just till it's kind of all mixed together. I don't overdo that. Then get a big piece of cling film and stick the thing in it. And then you stick it in the fridge for half an hour or so, until you think, oh my god, I left that thing in the fridge, I must go and get it out. That's usually what I do. And now comes my favourite part, resting. Basically, you've got time for a nap at this point, which I often do, but not a long nap, because after 15 minutes of being in the fridge, you have to go and turn the oven on, because they have to stay in the fridge for half an hour, or a little bit longer maybe, but it doesn't matter, but in the fridge for half an hour. So after 15 minutes, you can turn the oven on, and then come back, rest some more, nap if you want to, and then after half an hour you can go and finish the cookies off. All right? And that's what they look like. And they're all frayed around the edges, but it doesn't seem to matter very much. Part of the fraying is the lemon zest, I think, sort of sticking out, which is why it doesn't really matter what shape they are, because they just rise and absorb the lemon zest as they bake. Sometimes I actually scrap the first lot and just roll them back into the dough and make the second lot. That'll be your little secret nobody will ever know. You've got to admit, this is riveting television. Been in the oven for I think 13 minutes, 14 minutes, and this is the point where you have to be on high alert, all right, high alert, because depending on your oven and what's going on in there with all the electrics or gas or whatever, they start to brown at this point, and you've got to be very careful that you don't overcook them or you overbake them, because they just turn into crackers. Basically, and a lot of people get this wrong. They try them and they go, but they didn't work. Well, yeah, because you turn them into like little coasters. They're not supposed to be coasters. They're supposed to be shortbreads. All right, so just watch from this point onwards to make sure they don't get too brown. But also you don't want them soggy and cardboardy. So it's delicate. It's a matter of judgment at this point. Honestly, they're so easy to make, but we have to actually try them. So this is the finished item. Let's try. Oh my god, it's so Moorish. Champagne or something. Oh my god. Try them. I think you're gonna like them. And there we go. And the great thing about these cookies, these shortbreads, is that they can be frozen, and they're great from the freezer. You can always make them thinner if you want to, and they come out like little wafers. I don't find those as satisfying as making slightly thicker ones about this big. What is that, like 1/8 of an inch or something? But it's all to taste, as is the amount of rosemary you put in. Some people don't want a strong rosemary taste, so you could go with like 2 tablespoons. Other people love the taste of rosemary. I think it really complements the lemon. So they'll put 3 tablespoons in, and I tend to put about 3 tablespoons in myself. But as I said, they're an absolute audience pleaser, these. You can bring them out at any time and they go with almost anything. I mean, in a desserty way. I don't think they go with ratatouille or anything. But they're great and I hope you enjoy them. Please let me know how they worked out. If they don't work out the first time, and there's something wrong with them, then, you know, use that as the experimental one, like a practice run, a rehearsal. Sometimes it's just down to how much flour you spread across the countertop when you're rolling them out that dictates how crunchy they are or how easy they are to cut and lift off the surface. But you soon get the hang of it. I did when I first made them, and after one trial run, I think it was, when I learned which ones worked and which ones didn't, which ones I liked, which ones I didn't, they worked very well from then on. Alrighty, so I really want to know how you did with them. Please let me know, and I will maybe be back with another one at some point. Maybe, if this works out. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.